these are the news headlines for Thursday, May 19, 2022. I'm Phil Hall. President Biden invoked the Defense Production Act to address the infant formula shortage in the United States. The White House announced in a fact sheet that Biden would use the Cold War-era law to require suppliers to direct needed resources to infant formula manufacturers for any other customer who may have ordered that good. Additionally, the White House said Biden is launching Operation Fly Formula that will involve the federal government using Defense Department commercial aircraft to pick up baby formula from overseas that meets U.S. standards to get it quickly to American shelves. The announcement followed calls from some Democrats, like New York's Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, for Biden to invoke the Defense Production Act to address the critical shortage. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Wednesday that Ukraine will be getting $215 million in emergency food assistance, with more aid expected in the future. Speaking at a United Nations meeting on global food security, Blinken noted the greatest global food security crisis of our time is caused by factors such as the pandemic and climate, adding the war in Ukraine exacerbated the issue. The $5 billion for food assistance to Ukraine comes from the $40 billion Ukraine aid bill that passed the U.S. House of Representatives last week and is currently in the U.S. Senate. Passage is expected there later in this week. Separately, the World Bank said on Wednesday it will give $30 billion to combat food insecurity around the globe. In Connecticut, incumbent Senator Richard Blumenthal is leading his possible Republican challengers ahead of the general election in November. This is according to a new poll conducted by The Hill and Emerson College. In a potential matchup between Blumenthal and former Connecticut State House Representative Themis Klarides, Blumenthal led 50% to 40%. 10% said they were undecided. Meanwhile, Blumenthal led Greenwich businesswoman Leora Levy 52% to 36%, with 11% saying they were undecided. And he also led businessman Peter Lumage 51% to 35%, with 14% undecided. Connecticut Republican Party has endorsed Klarides for the Senate race, but there will be a primary in August. And Pope Francis has a unique therapeutic treatment for dealing with a bad knee. Take a shot of tequila. The Associated Press reported the pontiff conversed with a group of Mexican seminarians visiting the Vatican when he was asked about his knee. The 85-year-old Francis has strained ligaments in his right knee, and his doctors recommended that he use a wheelchair and cane. Francis described his knee as being capricious before offering his own prescription to deal with his condition. "Do you know what I need for my knee?" Francis said. "Some tequila." Seminarians laughed and promised to deliver a bottle to the Pope's residence at the Santa Marta Hotel in Rome. And that's it for today's news headlines from Westfair Communications. I'm Phil Hall.